Getting Canadian PR is much easier now than ever before if you follow a proper strategy and play your cards right. Learning a little French can get you PR. This is for anyone who is whether a student who graduated from a 2-year diploma program or a professional who have either experience inside Canada or outside. So watch this video till the very end. It will open up you to excellent PR possibilities by even learning French at a functional level, maybe even CLB level 5. And we'll talk about why this is such an interesting proposition. And before that, what I'll talk about is that why French is the easiest way to get PR. Now, first, let's look into the immigration level plans for 2026, 2028. Now, if you see here, every year from 2026 to 2028, they are increasing the percentage of overall French-speaking permanent residents admissions outside Quebec from 9%, which is around 30,000, to 10.5% in 2026. And their goal is to even increase it further. Just to give you an idea, last year in 2025, the goal was 8.5%. They actually exceeded their target. So which means, and frankly, the immigration minister was very proud of that. So she just announced that on January 19th. She said, we had a target of 8.5% and we actually had 8.9% of admissions. Now, another important thing to remember here is that their target is actually to have 12% of French-speaking permanent residents outside Quebec by 2029. So this is not going anywhere. So a lot of people ask me questions, okay, if I learn French, what if they're going to remove this category? What if they're going to remove that category? You know what, the future is uncertain, but the way the statements are coming up, the way the things are on the ground, people who are learning French or who have French proficiency, even at CLB level 5, they are opening more doors. Just on this particular day, which is January 19, 2026, the minister said that they are basically reserving additional 5,000 federal selection spaces to provinces and territories to designate French-speaking immigrants. So which means apart from the normal quota for PR, they will be having the provinces will have additional quota of 5,000. So which is a very, very important thing. Now, let's look into the French draw. The last French draw at the time of recording this video was on February 6, 2026. And the number of invitations were 8,500 and the Sierra score was mere 400. So 400 is very much achievable for anybody from inside or outside Canada, somebody who has just even done like maybe let's say a diploma and maybe have 1 year of experience in Canada, or they have outside experience. Very much doable if you know French at CLB level 7 in this case, because this was a category based draw under the express entry. Now let's look into the French PR options. Now if you are CLB level 7, then you are eligible first one for the French category draw. So that is the requirement for the French category draw, just CLB level 7, and you need to be eligible for one of the express entry linked programs. So it's important that you are eligible for one of the express entry linked programs. And which are these? Either the Canadian Experience class or the Federal Skilled Worker program or the Federal Skilled Trades program. And there is also a province, Ontario. Ontario also has express entry French speaking skilled worker stream. And the requirements are very, very simple as well. So generally what they require is that you need to have a bachelor's, right? And there are some exceptions for nurses and early childhood educators. So those are exceptions, but generally you require a bachelor's. And if you have a English language of CLB 6 or above and French of CLB level 7, and you're eligible for Canadian Experience class or Federal Skilled Worker program, you could also be eligible for the Ontario Skilled Worker stream as well, which is the French speaking skilled worker. Now, let's look into the PR options for those with CLB level 5 or above. The first one is the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot. So this started in 2025. So the way this particular program works is that you need a 1 year of work experience in the last 3 years, and you require a job offer from a designated employer in one of the Francophone communities. And there are many Francophone communities. Right now, the communities are Acadian Peninsula, New Brunswick, Sudbury, Timmins, Superior East Region, Ontario, St. Pierre, Joyles, Manitoba, Kelowna, British Columbia. So there are many communities where you can participate. Okay, and then you have the New Brunswick Strategic Initiative. So this particular program is very, very good. So this basically target candidates who have connection to New Brunswick. So this could be under the Francophone workers in New Brunswick, whereby you should be living in New Brunswick for at least 6 months, and you have a job offer, or you're currently working. It could also be through the recruitment mission led by New Brunswick, or it could be you have basically studied in person. For at least 1 year in the university, which is the Moncton University, and there's a college, CCNB College, or you have been living in New Brunswick for the 12 months and have been working remotely for a Canadian employer located outside Quebec. So there are many ways in which you can become a PR through this particular stream from New Brunswick, which is called as New Brunswick Strategic Initiative. And again, you need CLB level 5. Then you have Manitoba strategic PNP, strategic recruitment. So strategic recruitment basically means that they will decide who they're going to be recruiting, and then you will get extra 500 points. So this is basically, initiatives are basically designed for regions like outside Winnipeg, includes the collaboration with certain organizations to support Francophone immigration. So this is one way this particular pathway works. And again, generally they require CLB level 5, so which is pretty good. Then we have Alberta PNP. So recently they have announced that within the existing streams, they will be selecting professionals or workers or candidates who have CLB level 5 in French. So they are not going to create a separate category for that or stream for that within the existing stream. So there are many streams. So they have a Alberta Opportunity stream, they have Alberta Express Entry stream, they have tourism and hospitality stream, they have a rural renewal stream. So many options are available, and I think this will be a great opportunity for people who want to live and stay and work in Alberta. And there are many other PR options as well. And then let's talk about some backdoor options as well, right? There are many backdoor ways in which you can also get PR if you know French. First one is the Francophone mobility work permit. So you can actually get a closed work permit if you speak French, and the French level is also just CLB 5 in speaking and listening. And the good part about this is that this is an LMIA exempt work permit. So you do not need an LMIA. The only thing is that the employer has to give you a job offer, and the employer will have to submit an offer of employment and pay the $230 employer compliance fee. Really great option. People who can speak functional level of French, and also for those whose work permits are expiring. So this could be a great opportunity. Now, why I call this as a backdoor option, because the moment you have this kind of work permit, there are certain streams where you would be eligible for. For example, Alberta Opportunity stream, right? So if you are a postgraduate work permit from outside Alberta, that is not an eligible work permit. So you can use this one, which is the Francophone mobility work permit. Similarly, if you look at the Newfoundland PNP, so they have a skilled worker stream that is not eligible for postgraduate work permit holders. But if somebody has a Francophone work permit, mobility work permit, that could potentially work. Then a lot of people also do not know that there are many options available also in the Saskatchewan immigration program. By the way, only very few people are actually licensed for Saskatchewan because it requires a separate immigration consultant license. And you can actually check the list of all these. There are very, very few. Maybe I think less than 10% of all the immigration consultants are licensed there. So, and they also have an option called a skilled worker, where if you are on a certain kind of work permit, such as a Francophone mobility work permit, you could be eligible, right? So there are many such opportunities, and I think more opportunities like these will be coming in few months. This is my conjecture. And then you also have a Francophone minority community student pilot as well. Now, this is actually a very interesting thing, right? So this is basically government basically throwing away a PR option and the only criteria pretty much is that you must have done eligible degree or diploma from a participating, DLI, designated learning institutions, and you must have completed 2 years of program, and your French has to be CLB level 5. But it's only eligible for certain, countries in Africa and Sub-Sahara and things like that, Mauritius and all, and it's amazingly good program. But if you want to know about any of them and you want to look at, what are the ways you can get PR, you can always book a one-on-one consultation with me, and we can go over in depth, because I think this investment you can make in learning about the PR pathways can save you tons of time, energy, and effort later on, and maybe even disappointment, because PR right now is quite challenging and the immigration officers are quite unforgiving. So I hope you like this video. If you have any further questions, comments, you can always put it in the comment section. And if you want me to create any specific video, you can also share that in the comment section. I'll try level best. If that particular topic also interests me, I will try to create a video on that one. So wish you good luck and all the very best.